What's going on, guys? It's County here. We're back on Farm Sim 25 for the first time in too long. Alright, so I bought Farming Simulator 125 back after I lost it, and I also bought the Plains and Prairies pack, and now we're in Missouri, where however you pronounce that, I don't even know. But anyway, so we're in, where is this? Right here. 82%, so we should really good. We got, what is this big combine? CH 7.70 combine, working on the soybean field. We got, I'll show you around the farm. It's just a newer farm that I just started. Probably going to make a series on this eventually once we get set up. But anyway, here's the Kubota M8, obviously. Ford 1156. That comes with the Plains and Prairies pack. And I'll tell you, it's the example of big iron, I'll say that. Also got this back here, which is the Brant. Is it Brant? Doesn't say. I think it's Brant. Oh yeah, there it is, Brant. It's a Brant auger wagon. Probably one of the best you can buy right now for the price. Big. It's like 88,000 liters or whatever it is. I don't know. Anyway, farm all turbo 1206. Obviously, can't have a farm without that. And we got the smaller Ford back here, the 976 Ford. Or versatile, whichever one you want. Obviously, I want the Ford. Ford is just the best. Can't beat Ford. Speaking of Ford, I'm wearing a Ford shirt right now. That's funny. Anyway, we got this great big cattle pasture, which I have 0 cattle in because I sold them because I didn't understand the point of having cattle that were basically dead, but just not actually dead. And this barn, I debated selling it, but eventually I want to use it, and it's only worth like 80,000 as it is, and I probably can't buy that for 80,000. So, also, I would sell that, the money would be gone, I'd never see it again. So, 94% I'm going to take over. I got stick drift on this PlayStation control, and man, it drives me nuts. I just have to drive it. There you go. I'm not even touching the toggle. That sucks, but anyway, I should probably hire a work to keep going while I do it. Doing you dumb. Oh my good grief, this is what I don't do this. It looks like I'm doing the rest of the harvesting. I wish there was a mod for better AI workers don't seem to know what they're doing. I don't think they've ever known what they're doing since the very beginning. They know such like driving in a straight line. They're very good at that. Aside from that, no. Even if you drive in a straight line, they're bound to hit a tree sometime. Alright, so this is supposed to be full. I'll grab the Ford. Big iron. Alright, shift. I've already done this. Every time I come in, I'm like, is that high enough? But yeah, it always is. I don't know why it would be different, but anyway. Back that up. I don't have a silo at the moment, so I don't think we got worried about it, because we're definitely not filling that on this harvest. But basically, I just keep it in there. Once the prices get good, I go and sell it. And that I actually had a real struggle selling the corn. I had to like drive sideways into the grain elevator and somehow put out my pie. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. That was an embarrassing moment. But I don't know why I did that. We're also running this CH 7.7 now, and it's not that big. It looks big for some reason, but it's not, and this header is not. It's like in the combinations for it, but it doesn't really work that well. It works much better with small header. I don't know what the top speed on this is supposed to be, but I don't think it's 6 miles. Maybe I'm wrong, it might actually be. Because I was just harvesting corn, that might be faster. We're trucking really fast right now. That's only 2 2 loads of soybeans. Hopefully we'll get like maybe 60% off this. I'll just be quite straight, honestly. Why not? I love the in-cab view. It looks a lot better than the previous versions of this game. Alrighty, just at the end. Turn. Perfect. I have to get the other Ford out here with the cultivator. I think it pulls the Honestly, at the moment, they're like the only tractors that I really use. Because I usually had one on the planter and one on the Fords, that is. One on the Harrows, but once I plan on getting the cattle all set up, and then I'm going to have grass. And once I have grass, we'll be good to do whatever. I do bales and all these things. Why I like bales so much. Even though I feel like, I don't know, silent buck is probably much faster than I like bales, which I don't gotta buy a kit, but we do that by baler. But we don't gotta buy a wagon. Anyway. So, we'll do that eventually once we get enough money. Not sure if that's going to be this harvest. Doesn't look like we're going to make very much money. And I still got to pay back like a $30,000 loan. I ran out of money to plant before I sold. What did I sell? Oh yeah, I traded this header for the corn header. But anyway, I got to go pay back that loan once I sell all this stuff. But the other field, which is like 27 or whatever, has got 95% yield bonus. So that should be a lot better. Hoping to get at least, I want to say 3 loads off that. I think the field's around the same size. Actually, no, we'll go for 4. Of course, 4 would be perfect. I don't see it happening now that I'm thinking of it. But that's weird because we got 3 off this. Well, we're not gonna get 3. We're gonna get like 2 in it, I'd say. Boring card cutting this long, but it's scripted. It's absolutely useless. Still kind of doing it something. There used to be a glitch where you could turn on the hood. Just kind of ignore that. A little glitch where you could like turn the header on and off, and it would like make it go faster. You could go like 8 miles an hour and still be harvesting everything. Maybe that doesn't work anymore. Shoot, maybe that just worked with the corn headers actually. The CH 7.7. I am in an online server right now, so I'm waiting for somebody to come to. I had like 3 people in here the other night. When what were we doing? We were preparing. It was like just when I started the farm. Actually, I think that everybody was literally just driving stuff back to the farm for a little bit of time out. We just drove them back to the farm and possibly sold the cows. I was expecting it to be a bit bigger, but because of the DLC and the mods, it's hard to get a lot of people on because not very many people have it and they don't want to download mods. We're getting there. Ground deformation, as some people would say, deformation. Deformation, as some people say. Sounds really funny. Let me know in the comments how you're actually supposed to say it. That'd be funny to see people trying to spell it. Oh, it's the same thing. Anyway. 34%. Why does it seem like we don't get as much yield on this side of the field? That's weird. We got that, and that's it for this property. Then we gotta go up the road quite a little bit. It's actually gonna be a pain to do that with this header. This header's a lot wider than the foreign header. That's probably why it doesn't look good. I think it's a Thomas. I don't know. Definitely doesn't yield as good as the corn. And I was also harvesting the corn on 100% fertilizer. So we definitely gotta probably use a fertilizer spreader next harvest. So possibly buy one after that. I don't know. Every time I try and save my money until the next harvest comes around, something comes up in the used equipment store, and I'm like, oh, I need that, but I really don't need it. That's why I'm broke now. I bought the second Ford, which was a smaller, like seven, what is it, 7.6 something? I don't know. But anyway, that was used, and I spent the rest of our money on that. And then I went broke after the, whatchamacallit, property maintenance, because apparently that's like $500. Yeah, I'm gonna get this awesome good. I like the shape of this car. Be a little better. If I could take that, which I probably could if we connect that all together. I could make it like just a little road in between the field. Actually in the field rather than that. It's actually not a super bad idea. I might do that, plow that all over, and then just almost make it so the road is just in the field. Give us a lot more ground. We're gonna make it to 50. Yeah, we got that little spot down there. We'll make it to 50, no problem. I hope anyway. I don't think it should be that hard. Let's head down there. Never mind, we're not going to make it to 50. That's a lot smaller spot than I thought. Alright, you know what? That's good. So yeah, around 2.5 full tanks off that. Yeah, we should get more than 3 off the other one. That's like friggin' a quarter more yield. This, what I have now, is probably worth just as much as what I guess I could have finished that other field. That probably would have given me enough to get to like 65. I'm gonna guess 23% full tank. That's what I'm gonna guess on that new field. I don't know. This is going so slow. Turns out small New Holland combines really aren't that great. I know I use the CR11 a lot, but it works fine. I love it. It's probably my favorite combine. It's not modded. Favorite combine. Obviously, it can't be mods, but I don't have any combine mods. I have the bare minimum mods some people actually can. I guess I could have hired a work crew to do this if I wouldn't start getting and get the other Ford and the cultivator in that field. I guess I can do that or something. Yeah, I don't. I guess the access to this land like stops like right at that. So I have trouble with that sometimes, but nothing too major. I wonder if it's just a stupid idea to put this here. I mean, no such thing as too much crops, so it's not a stupid idea at all. They tear up my yard, that's so amazing. So what I'm thinking about doing is doing that and getting rid of all that. And making behind their field and then putting the cows somehow over there. That'd be like the ideal situation, but I don't know. Because I really like the cows in the front. But I don't like having all of that and then all of that all taken up for the cow. Like most of the I'd say over half the property is just like fenced in area and it's doing literally nothing. So if I could like do some of that, plow some of it up, that'd be perfect. But I really think the look at that field. It's honestly the only reason I'm holding on to it at this point is if we look at it. And the fact that it's $80,000 and not really worth selling. But if I'm gonna make a field back here, then maybe this will sell. What the heck? No. Oh, I hired an AI worker. Whoops. 17%. Don't think I'm going to be very right with that 23% guess, but it's worth a shot. $19. Once I get going with the farm and get everything all set up and actually have enough money to do anything, maybe I'll plant this grass. Then it'll be higher yield anyway on the grass, which is not bad. Then it'll make that really worth it. I'd love to buy that field, but it's really expensive. It's like one of the biggest fields on the map. Yeah. Where the heck is the 4-dash? I'm not driving all the way back out there. I gotta drive in here anyway. Anyway, actually, I was gonna say on the video, but I think I'm gonna drive to the other field, and then I'll just hire the work and get everything set up, and then I'll end it. Because I want to take a drive out there and show you guys the road and the way there. And you guys can laugh at my skills on bumping into cars with that stupid header on them. But anyway, that's Harvester Valley. So I think I get like $3,500 for... Yeah, so I think what we have now is probably worth our whole corn harvest, which was like maybe 50,000 liters. I think it was 60 actually. It might have been 60,000 liters, and it only came to like, was it under $100,000? Ugh, soybeans you really gotta have a lot of land apparently to make money off of. Someone pull this up here. Actually, I'll just leave it there. Is that off the ground? It is too. That's funny. It's funny because I have nothing weighted out in the back. But yeah, I'm gonna take this to the field. We'll get them hired to do that, and then we'll drive that up there. Hopefully by the time we get the soybeans up there, we'll have a full load almost ready by the time we get the... Oops. 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 I don't know who did that. I didn't see it. Oh, wait. I should have taken... There's a little shortcut, but it's kind of annoying, so you gotta go over some big hills. That was like a big pile of bales when I got the farm, but they were kind of in the way, so I just sold the pile. It wasn't like actual bale, it was just decoration. Which is kind of stupid, but I'll put real bales in once we get going. Now, the great is to have that field, because that would give you a lot of freaking soybeans. But you see what I mean? That is all connected to that one cattle barn. It's all that land that could be making me money. Eventually, maybe. Actually, I want to like stop it, like either have it like there, maybe. I don't know what that can do with it. Oh, jeez. Wait, did this work? Did this work? Yeah, drive it. It's not that important. Please don't be any cars coming. It's gonna be fun. There's like a bakery. How far away is this thing? It's not that far direction. It's there. We're halfway. It's just, oh yeah, something else I want to show you guys. It's like this little, whatchamacallit here, flat land. I don't know what, I'm assuming that's just so you can, because it's like a lot you could buy. So I'm assuming you can just buy it and put your building on it. That would be kind of a cool spot to put a little shed and keep like, I don't know, stuff that you wouldn't use all the time, like a roller or like a, stone picker, stuff like that you don't use very often. It's not always in your farm at the way. And what did I just say? I don't even know. Anyway, guys, that's the drive to the field, and this is the field. It's narrow, really long. It's kind of a weird shape, but it's also a higher yield. So hopefully this yield's better. I'm gonna hire this worker to get going. I'm gonna head back to the Ford, drive him up there, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching and have a great day.